Yeah, it was just a matter of time. So thinking that he knows good start, it's good for the Diamond League cycle, and it's also good for the preparation towards the world champs. No? Having the high level, you stabilize and polish up then. No?
Mm-hmm. And so I'm curious to know your thoughts. Did if you watched how Neeraj was throwing, and did you notice any technical adjustments which might have helped him?
Yeah, walking more efficiently, the more straightforward, then it gives the hope and gives the confidence actually that that is not the end of his throwing. He will throw further because
Mm-hmm.
he knows now learning time. Yeah.
Okay. And so you said it was just a matter of time. And I know that Neeraj was battling with a lot of niggles last year. So that 90-meter block, do you think it was just the niggles or was there like a mental block as well? Because he's been really consistent and has been throwing in the late 80s all the time.
Yeah. If the training stays consistently as we did before, and there's no reason for him to change in general his training philosophy, then he will stay stable in his performances with the javelin as well. So what you show with the javelin is the result of the training before. Yeah,
Mhm.
clearly.
And yeah, and you worked quite with him for quite a few years. What just let me know, could you shed some light on your experiences with him, some cherished moments?
Very responsive athlete, very attentive, attention-like, yeah, and trustful. He trusts you, so this also puts stress on you to be on your best and not creating any crazy things. So, but at the other side, he brings a lot of own mental effort in. He is very creative towards his training in terms of looking for new exercises, looking for making these exercises more efficiently, more specifically for the javelin, understanding very well what the event requires, what is not, you can say for about all athletes, huh? What we want is the creative thinking athlete, not just coach what we have to do today, and then he
Mhm.
walks it uh, like in a factory when you produce cars or whatever. Even these people
Mhm.
have to think what they do. No, it's not just mechanistic walking. No,
Mhm.
yeah,
So, Doctor, I noticed that Neeraj seems to have bulked up a little. So, I was just curious to know because we see like an array of javelin throwers who have different physiques, right? So, there's someone like a Neeraj who's very lean, and then there's someone like a Johannes Vetter who is quite uh, brawny, bumped up. So, how do we go about that? Does that mean there's like a change in technique when you're throwing the spear?
yeah. You see, take look at the cars which are around us. No, there are so many brands which can go fast, really fast. Boy, sports cars, and this is how athletes do. Yeah, so the javelin, these are the 800 grams. Yeah, a giant, a really tall man like Arshad Nadim
Yeah.
with his power. But if he would as prepared as Vetter is with his strength, then he would maybe snatch 100, 200 kilo or whatever. Then he could throw even 20 meter more. But these people are not existing, no? And that is future, that is futuristic to clone athletes and so. No, that is not allowed. No doping in any spheres. No? So that is the biomechanics plus the neuro component what brings out the result. Yeah, it's the bow. Vetter is a very stiff bow, but he has to need more power to bend this stiff but elastic bow to throw this 800 Jerry. Neeraj is a more elastic, not so stiff bow, but at the end, the speed is the same, the outcome. Yeah. So
Yeah. So, I just want to, have you been keeping in touch with Neeraj? Have you
Yes,
been
yeah,
talking to him?
we're talking, yeah,
Yeah.
messaging.
And
Yeah.
so you
The first was,
decided to,
yeah, the marriage was his first, when he got married, to congratulate him, yeah. Because
yeah.
met his wife before.
Mm-hmm. That's nice.
Yeah,
So,
that's
you're
yeah.
back in India, and so I just wanted to know, maybe did you consider getting back with Neeraj, or did you just want time
I
out
mean, we
from
have to
that and
plan,
spend with your
we have to
family?
plan to meet in Europe, not in India. That's too much
Mm-hmm.
travel, takes too much time, you know. Still
Mm-hmm.
Haryana, no? But Haryana is the biggest state and far, no? Delhi, Hisar or Delhi,
Mm-hmm.
Panipat,
Could,
Sonipat, this area,
uh-huh. So,
different.
could you shed light on the role that you're playing right now in Haryana here?
As a consultant to the coaches, yeah, in the
Mm-hmm.
field of this rowing and all this preparation, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, I don't know if you've read, but one of your former pupils, Shivpal, who I believe you coached briefly, he's been caught in a dope scandal again. So,
Again,
are you,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he's tested positive again. And so, are you disappointed by that? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Disappointed, I don't know. I really pissed off. That is so stupid. And okay, I to clarify. I know what you said. When I came to India, I was like assistant coach to Uwe Hohn
Mm-hmm.
because he had 17 athletes and he could not handle this. There was Neeraj, Anu, and
Mm-hmm.
Shilpa. They were the top. And he was traveling around them. And at the same time, no one was coaching them. And this was my job to come and to coach them. No? So, okay,
Yeah.
Shilpa was with Uwe. But sometimes we work together, yes. I also with his brother, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because I thought he is a great talent to come in. And then when Neeraj had, after the surgery, I started to work with Neeraj, and Coach Uwe was then fully responsible for Shifpal, Anu, and the others. So actually, yes, even if you're not as a personal coach directly for him, nah,
Mm-hmm.
no, in this team is such one, nah, you trust it actually, and you think he trusts you, so that means he didn't trust you anyway, nah. So even
Mm-hmm.
he did not, when he did not come for training 4 times after he had an evening where he was no more able the next day to train. So it also shows already that you not trust in this process, no? And all
Mm-hmm.
people who use doping, they don't trust that you can by normal natural training
Mm-hmm.
reach the top. And this is wrong. And they think all these other athletes are also doped, like Vetter
Mm-hmm.
doped. And Neeraj, they think it can't be. They have, I know this. I had some from a young athlete, a high jumper, who should come from Kazakhstan to Germany. But he told him, yeah, but when you come, you know, it has to be doping free. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? You want me to be doping free, but all the other do this? So he was in his world believing that without doping, you cannot do anything. And this is the
Mm-hmm.
absolutely wrong thing, how these young people have this mindset. And if they say shift ball, and this makes me so angry as a promoting the javelin, yeah, on the internet, everywhere, all the time,
Mm-hmm.
coming from a javelin throwing family, and then doing these things. This is like cheating all the and carrying proud the Indian flag, saying
Mm-hmm.
Jai Hind by
Yeah.
cheating.
Yeah.
So this is, you cannot just get angry. It's just saying, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
This is, I have no word for this, you know. I have no word for this. No. There were other athletes in the past also using doping, not only in India, everywhere, almost everywhere in the world, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So someone, as we have criminals who think they are the smartest, they can hit, land the coup. Nobody can catch them, and it is wrong. When you
Mm-hmm.
think you are the smartest, no, you are not. No, it's a matter of of ethic education. Yeah, and it puts also a lot of the educational processes we have to do with the young athletes. So it's a pretty complicated situation also for the federation, for the sports council, for SAI, yeah, to deal with this situation, in the old social context,
Mhm.
especially
Uh,
if it becomes so difficult in the political situation, and then you, yeah, okay, yeah. Uh, a little bit shocked, yeah, but
yeah.
how one can so stupid, yeah, I don't know.
Mhm.
But
So,
that's,
yeah.
yeah.
So you've seen the Indian
Oh,
athletics.
Time is, yeah.
Sorry, you've seen the Indian javelin throwing scene, right? And a lot of people have been inspired by Neeraj to take up javelin throwing. But like, if you see the gulf between Neeraj and the others is too big. How do you think we bridge that gulf?
Before this, I'm just should add, but the good thing with the Schiffball story is that he got catched, yeah. So that the
Yeah.
system is working and that the
Mm,
system is not protecting or whatever. That is
mm.
no, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the good thing, you know. We should be looking positive forward, no? So
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and about Neeraj, no, okay,
How do we bridge that gap between Neeraj and the
yeah,
others?
go the way he went. So no, if it's his local training center and then NIS, or it is the
Mm,
local training center like Bagion, what's the place, the name of the place?
Bangau.
Bangau is a village here where the top girls train, no? Of a
mm-hmm,
training center, then getting the exposure with the coaches, you know. The coaches should also learn and grow with the athlete. That is everywhere in the world is happening. Also with me, you know. So that
mm-hmm,
you cannot change the coach and go into another coach who does some different thing with you, but you grow up with him or with her, no? So
mm-hmm.
this is, yeah, no, I'm very positive that this process will go if the infrastructure like we trying to improve here is already set up, just now
Mm-hmm.
let it work. Yeah, it will, it will.
So with the
And the one thing
improving,
is not too early specializing. That was when I meet the boys, girls in Patiala, especially girls told me problems with the elbow, problems with the shoulder, because throwing every day. But the coach did not know it better because throwing
mm-hmm,
develops throwing. Playing piano, you cannot go chopping wood and want to develop your piano. No, you have to play. In the same
mm-hmm,
with the javelin, but not every day. Then you need some recovery because of this physical work. Yeah.
mm-hmm. And just the last question that I want to ask you, sir, is that so it's happened a couple of times that Neeraj has thrown like quite a good throw, right? But then at the last moment, there's someone who just goes one better than him. So how do you kind of motivate an athlete to come out of that?
No, in Neil's case, you have not to motivate him. He just knows this. This is
Yep.
the sport. It's the game. You don't call them player or game. It's the event. Nah?
Yeah.
It's over after the sixth throw. Like soccer, 60 minutes, whatever. Not how many
Mm-hmm.
minutes the game has, how many throws it has. It can happen at any time. And you should be ready to counter this. That is the thing. No? You should be ready also to do, even if you did your best in the first. No? So, and sometimes also he can, but yeah, it depends. Yeah, about the pressure. At the 83, yes, the capacity, he also thinks it was there, yeah, but it's then how the mind is set up and how you can handle this, yeah. So you should not motivate him. As I mean, if you're
Mm-hmm.
if a young athlete don't care about this, then you should educate him or her, right? But in your case, not. No, he knows.
He
It's
doesn't require
he
motivation.
comes in with this. He knows, no question.